Hey, this is Bruce Cook, and thought I would bring my camera out and while I come out to check on my little experiment that I'm doing with attempting to overwinter some of my pepper plants outdoors. So I have been checking these all along, anyways. So every time I know ahead of time that our temperatures are going to be dipping below freezing, I drape this frost blanket over this. And then when I know we're going to have days that are going to be above, especially well above, the freezing temperatures, I take it back off so these things can get sunlight and warmth. So now I have had quite a few branches coming out of these things that do feel a little bit sketchy. You can pretty much tell when a branch has died because what I do is I give it a little flick or whatever, and you could tell a difference between the sound that it makes and how it feels. What is whether or not it's dead wood or not? Because basically, when they die, it'll sound like dry wood. And for the most part, I think most of these are still alive. Now, even just a few days ago, like our last 3 nights, we've been down to and even under 25 degrees. And there was a lot more green, which there's some of them that still got some green left, just so you can see the difference. So you can see a little bit of green in that, and let's see on the other side. So you'll still see some green in some of these things. And let's see. So there is still a little bit of green left. Plus, you could tell by feeling moisture on these stalks. If the thing is still alive, you can still tell it's you got the circulatory system inside of these things are still working. But if you notice, most of these are starting to have that dry look to them. Now I've checked these, and most of them actually feel like they are still alive. I don't know if they're just barely alive, but so I know a few of these I have checked. I can't remember which ones it was. See, some of them that looks dried out when I've touched them with my fingers, just rubbing my finger on them. You'll all of a sudden see some green exposed underneath. See, I just rubbed my finger on that. That's telling me that's still alive. It's nice and moist and green. It's just some color. There's some smaller branches that I know. Yeah, see, like that right there. You can see that is clearly died. It's a thinner branch. It's just dried completely out. But I think for the most part, a lot of these are that does still feel a little alive. See, I am getting a little tiny bit of green showing through the top of this. I don't think so. But so far, it does look like, that's how I discovered, I could get to some green underneath, and it's just an outward appearance. I had rubbed it to feel if it was dry or not, and suddenly it revealed a green live stalk underneath. So now, in our winters here in Georgia, well, where I live in Georgia, our temperatures can drop as low as like 5 degrees. And so far, this is what my plants look like when we've had maybe a couple weeks worth of nights that have dropped below 32 degrees, but haven't gone. I think the coldest night we had so far, it dropped down to like 24. So it's still going to be quite a challenge for me to keep these plants alive if when we get our nights dropping down to as low as and under 10 degrees. So, but so far, these plants, for the most part, are still alive. So, at least if you're trying to overwinter plants and your temperatures don't get below 25, I can tell you there is a chance they could survive. Now, I have now all the soil that they're in is still the same soil that they were in when before I had chopped them all down. When they were putting out. And everybody I've ever seen showing how to overwinter. They show using fresh soil. I haven't done that yet, but what I have done is I have supplemented these already once a couple weeks ago with Miracle Grow. I didn't put a whole lot in. I probably put enough. It was the water soluble stuff. I probably put enough in there to have the NPK level. Probably that's normally it's 18, 18, and 21 with that tomato food, the Miracle Grow tomato food, plant food, and I probably had the NPK something like 3, 3, and 4 or something like that. Real low numbers, but I gave them a good healthy dose of it. So I mean they're still going to need nutrients to stay alive. So, and a lot of the soil would have been depleted of its most of its nutrients from all the production when there was peppers on these plants before I cut them down like this. But other than that, I've made sure that these have been hydrated. We've had a bit of rain, this last month anyways. I haven't had to come out with the hose for at least a month. So, but yeah, so far they're I can't say that they're looking good, but they are still alive. And in the beginning, some of these, a lot of these plants actually tried regrowing some leaves, and I did pick them off, and I haven't seen any leaves in a couple weeks on these. There was like little tiny baby leaves, but I picked them off. When I've seen other people show how to overwinter, I would see them completely pick off every last leaf off of these things. And I've seen like when I've had plants lose all their leaves before, like in the middle of in the beginning of the seasons, like if I brought the plants outside, and from inside, and then I would transplant them into larger containers. I've seen them go into shock and lose all their leaves, but then they would regrow all their leaves, and the plants would do fine during the year. So that's what I've just been doing. I just keeping the leaves off of them, but trying to keep them warm, keeping them fed, hydrated. And this is, I think, December 21st, 2023. And just showing you how these things are doing so far. I haven't made an update video ever since I made the video showing my, the first time I had these things chopped down, and I went over how I was going to attempt to overwinter these things outside. But I am not sure if these things will survive the entire winter. Like you've seen, the little skinny branches don't seem to survive very well. So, but yeah, I just thought I'd make an update on that. And I got a couple hot sauce videos I'll be doing very soon. I got another one of those little shot bottles of hot sauces. It's another one that my coworker gave to me. He just gave it to me a few days ago, so I just haven't gotten around to doing it yet. And plus, my really concentrated extract is ready for me to do a challenge with that. It's as concentrated as it can possibly get, so it's probably going to be up there in the 9 to 10 million Scoville range, and we'll do like a big clump of it and see if we can send me rushing to the refrigerator for milk. So, but stay tuned for that. But yeah, this is for anybody who might come across these videos wanting to know if you can overwinter things outside, without having them in a greenhouse with heaters and stuff. I figured, this might give you a little bit of insight as to whether or not it's possible. And this is, in the beginning of winter, so there's no yes or no answer to it. Plus, your climate and everything, depends on all that too. So I live in Georgia, not too far from Atlanta. So just to give you an idea of what region I'm in or what area I'm in. But so far, it seems like all of these are still alive for the most part. But like I said, we've only had maybe a week's worth of nights where we've gotten down to like 25 degrees. So it's hard to say at this point, because I know we get down to and below 10 degrees. So I don't know if these things are still gonna be able to survive when we get down to those temperatures, but we'll find out, and I'll keep you all updated. So hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.